Hey everybody, it is Live at Lunch number 36 on the channel Music Man for Christ, and I am Music Man for Christ, and you're outside in my backyard. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff today. It is a little late to have a Live at Lunch video, I realize that, but I haven't done one in a while, and I figured, what the heck, we'll do one. Yesterday was Father's Day, and I gotta tell you, it was awesome. My wife treated me to a great breakfast. She made crepes yesterday. It was so good. Had a great church service. Afterwards, we had a great dinner at home and then went to get ice cream. It was an awesome Father's Day. So I really appreciated what she did for me, and I hope that you guys, if you're a father, you felt appreciated yesterday. So yeah, so Father's Day was great for me. There's something that I wrote in the title called "A Little Surprise," and that's really why I'm making this live at lunch. And I think I'm going to explode what's going to happen in the next several months for me. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. It's all about the Lord's will and not mine. So the little surprise that I'm working on, and this is why I haven't been really active on the channel as much as I normally. I think the last video I posted was last week or something, so I'm kind of behind on what I normally do. But I've been writing a book, and this book is completely, unforced. Obviously, it's just something that I've been wanting to do. I've been thinking about for a long time, probably for the past 3 years or so, and it's um, it's definitely a work in progress. Obviously, I have never written a book before, but this is my first one, so it'll be fun. The title is "How to Save Catholic Schools." Now, if you know me, you know that I'm a Protestant and I'm not a Catholic. But I do work in Catholic schools, and I work in two, not just one. So I work in one that is really close to where I live in Chesterland, Ohio, and another one in Chardon. Both schools are great schools, but I'm seeing a trend that is somewhat of a red flag, obviously. Um, and this goes not just for my buildings, but for every Catholic school across the board. And let's just put things in perspective. There was a study done by an agency, and I can't remember the name of the agency, but it's a national recognized agency that takes statistics for private schools and publishes them for parents and students, or just people that are wanting to know what's up with the local schools, aside from public schools. There was a study taken in 1970 of how many Catholic schools existed in the United States, and I think some people might be surprised to know there was only 11,500 Catholic schools back then. Now, back then, of course, it seemed like there was more Catholic presence, a deeper or a bigger population, if you will. And now the sun's coming out, of course. Should have brought my sunglasses. But anyway, in 1970, there was 11,500-ish Catholic schools across the United States. There were obviously more abroad, but I'm just focusing on the United States. In 2021, that number shrunk by 50%, about. And now I think the operating Catholic schools in the United States is around 6,500. So yeah, it's really diminished big time. And I knew, uh, going into Catholic school teaching and whatnot, that there's a lot of uh, issues going on within the Catholic Church, obviously, um, but with the number of schools that are active and the number of schools that have since closed, obviously COVID didn't help anyone, regardless of we're talking about Catholic schools or private schools in general. But some kids even pulled out of public school, and parents started homeschooling. So when it came to education in regards to the traditional model, there was a lot of people that said, we're going to homeschool our kids because we're seeing a lot of stupid stuff that we don't want to deal with. I, as a parent, completely agree. And if you're watching, maybe you agree too. There is a lot of things that kids do in school, not just Catholic school, obviously, but mainly public school. And I don't want to harp on public school, but I was a product of one. I graduated from a public school, high school. There's a lot of fluff that happens. There's a lot of needless things that kids do in order to move on to the next grade or move on and graduate. So, a lot of the term really is busy work. You just give kids busy work and, just try to get through the day and then move on to the next lesson. That's horrible. And a lot of public kids deal with that. Some Catholic schools deal with that too, but what we're really suffering from is just the fact that obviously if you want to send your children to a Catholic school, you have to pay for it, right? It's just like a private school. The advantage is you don't have to pay as much. So we have a really nice private school, actually several in the Northeast Ohio area. And I'm not going to give them away, but you probably could figure them out. Great schools, great institutions, but the problem that they are dealing with is there's this knack for political affiliation. And nowadays, people don't care if and you find out about it. Parents were deemed domestic terrorists by the current administration. Great, awesome. So that makes me one too, apparently, according to them. So no, I did not go up to school board meetings and cause a ruckus. I didn't do that. But I will say that that was a completely horrible judgment call when it came to labeling parents that. That was so bad. But private schools in Northeast Ohio are dealing with critical race theory. They're dealing with the transgender narrative. They're dealing with a lot of things that have nothing to do with academics. But that's what made them really, really good. If you wanted to send your kid to a great institution like those schools, they had great academics. They were second to none, right? Catholic schools have an advantage as well because they have smaller class sizes, the teacher-student ratio. Kids can be focused on a little bit better so that teachers can nip things in the bud, and obviously things can shape up a little bit better for the class as a whole because kids have that attention put on them from the teacher. It's not like public school where you have 30 kids to a room. However, there are some Catholic schools that are like that. Where I'm at, we average around 18 or less, and 18 is the maximum. So it's pretty interesting, and that's the average. I wouldn't say it's the maximum class size numerically, but it's the average that we're dealing with, which is awesome. However, that same stuff that is seeping in to private schools, and it's been seeping in for a long time, now is affecting Catholic schools, and it hasn't caused closure of Catholic schools, really, but it's really negatively affected what Catholic schools have been founded upon. And they've been founded on traditional values, they've been founded on faith, the nuclear family, all the stuff that makes Catholic schools great, that's basically being abandoned by some institutions in favor of wokeness and being marketable to the current parent body, I guess. So that's what I'm not worried about. That's what I'm working on, is how to save Catholic schools. And again, you think like, why is a Protestant doing this? Well, I'm doing it because I work in 2 Catholic schools and I value my job, but at the same time, I'm not going to hold back, and I'm going to say exactly what needs to be said. The book is extremely politically incorrect, for those of you who are wondering, and I love it. It's just me being extremely real, extremely raw with people that want to find out how do you really save Catholic schools. So for the next few weeks and probably few months, I'm going to be working on that. Don't worry, I'm not going to abandon my channel. It's still going to be here. I'm still going to be, participating and uploading videos and whatnot. And now that I think about it, because I was so set on doing this live at lunch, I didn't even monetize the video. So I have to go back and monetize it. But if you're a Catholic, or maybe if you're just a believer, or if you're a Protestant like me, and you have friends that are in situations, maybe they send the kids to Catholic school, or perhaps they're somewhat affiliated with Catholic churches, send them this video and see what their reaction is, because I think people are really looking for an answer, and I'm not going to say that I have one. There's multiple facets to the answer, how to save Catholic schools, but in the weeks following, I'll try to give you a little bit of, gold nuggets here and there so that you can follow along. But I don't want to bore you. I'm at the 10-minute mark, so that's kind of my warning sign to say, gotta sign off. So I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. If you're interested in that book, stay tuned. I'm going to give you some more information on it as the weeks go by. I think I just finished chapter 3, so we're on chapter 4 right now. It's awesome. And from here on out, it just gets even better and better. So again, I appreciate you watching my Live at Lunch, and I hope you have a great week. Hope to upload some more videos pretty soon. All right, have a great week, guys. God bless. Bye.